Hello, we are discussing about GATE 1994 ECE paper, and this question is related to analog circuits. For the transistor 2N338, the manufacturer specifies maximum power dissipation as 100 milliwatts at 25 degrees centigrade free air temperature, and the maximum junction temperature is 125 degrees centigrade. Find the thermal resistance. Thermal resistance is always used with power amplifiers, and this 2N338 is a power amplifier. This series 2N specifies this transistor is power transistor. Okay, and we know that when power dissipation generally takes place only at the junctions, and every BJT consisting of two junctions. So if you assume, here we are going with the PNP transistor as a symbol, and PNP transistor is collector and emitter of P type and base is of N type. So if you are looking at, there will be a PN junction forms between collector and base and emitter and base. So collector and base, there is a PN junction which is JC, and between base and emitter it is JE. Voltage across collector and base is treated as VCB, voltage across emitter and base treated as VBE. So total power dissipation is going to be treated as power dissipation at transistor level is dissipates only at the junction. At the junction, the power is going to be calculated by multiplying current flowing through the junction and voltage across the junction. So at collector base junction, it is VCB multiplied by IC plus VEB VBE into IE, and we know that when IC and IE are going to be approximately equal. So if you think IE is going to be equal to IC, then IC can be taken common, so it will be written as VCB plus VBE, and from this one you can write power dissipation in the transistor is nothing but IC multiplied by VCB minus VEB you can write, and simply this VCB minus VEB you can write it as VCE. So the maximum power dissipation at the transistor is always calculated from this equation, IC into VCE. Okay. And whenever the maximum power dissipation is taking place, that is the power dissipation is always going to be happens in the form of heat. Power dissipation takes place at the junction, that is power dissipation originates at junction, and that origination is going to be dissipated in the form of heat. That heat starts from junction and it goes through the case. Case is nothing but this is a transistor is going to be implanted in a case. A transistor is kept in a case. That case you can see over here, this is the case. Okay, within this one you are going to get a transistor. So the heat dissipated by the transistor, that is the power dissipated at the junction, is converted into heat. That heat is flows through from junction towards case, from case to ambient temperature. So the heat is going to be flowing from junction towards case, and after that one from case to ambient temperature, that is nothing but room temperature or surrounding temperature. Ambient temperature, or it is also called as surrounding temperature. So this is what heat energy or heat flow you can say it. So heat is conducting from, you can think in this way. Now the heat flow is starting from junction and it is going through case, and it is also going to the surrounding temperature, surrounding area. So this is going to be treated as heat is conducting from junction to case, case to surroundings. So it is similar to a current is going to be passing from one node to other node. So we can analyze in the same way. A current is going to be passing through two nodes. In between the two node resistances is going to be treated as R, and a current is flowing I. Current is conducting from node A to node B, that is nothing but VA to VB. Okay, so current can be written as VA minus VB divided by R. Actually current is nothing but rate of change of charge, that is dq by dt. So rate of change of charge is nothing but current, and that current is going to be proportional to the difference in voltages at the nodes, and it is inversely proportional to resistance. In similar way, if you are going with two nodes, those two nodes are nothing but at junction temperature you are going with Tj, and it is surrounding temperature or ambient temperature Ta. So at that time this flow is going to be treated as heat energy. The heat energy is going to be dissipated in the power is dissipated in the form of heat energy. So the power is transmitting through two nodes, where the node is nothing but Tj first node and Ta is the ambient node, different in temperatures. The temperature difference is going to be directly proportional to power dissipated. So this resistance is now proportional to temperature, so we are calling it as theta. Theta is nothing but thermal resistance between junction and ambient temperature, theta Ja. And what is conducting is nothing but power, and this power is nothing but it is heat flow or heat energy, because power is nothing but rate of change of energy, rate of change of heat energy. So dE by dt, which is going to be directly proportional to change in temperature and which is inversely proportional to thermal resistance, theta Ja. So from this one we can write the final expression as theta Ja is equal to Tj minus Ta divided by P, power. So here we are going for the power maximum, so that Tj is given as 125 minus ambient temperature is 25 divided by 100 milliwatts. So this is 100 divided by 100, so it will be equal to 1 kilo ohm. So the thermal resistance is nothing but the units are not ohms. Thermal resistance is measured in degree centigrade per watt. So this is 1000 degree centigrade per watt, or 1 degree centigrade per milliwatt. So this is the right answer. So this you can write it as 1000 degree centigrade per watt is the right answer. Thank you.